Hello, Brave Awakened Ones. This is Veronica of Higher Realm Holistics, certified holistic integrative health nurse, spiritual counselor and guide, and author of the children's book, How the Caterpillar Flew. Thank you to all my Patreons and supporters and subscribers. And please hang out at the end of this video to receive more information about my services, webinars, and my book. Today is January 31st, 2019, and I wanted to share my experience that I had this morning. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. The experience I had this morning during my meditation, and then the message I received from my Oversoul in reference to the January through March, the end of March energies that are going on right now. We had that energy wave come in. It's been building up the entire week, but it like crescendoed yesterday on the 30th. And it's the energy that's to carry us into February. And my Oversoul actually named this energy as the chains of glory, CHAINS of glory, the chains of glory. I was made to look up what the chains of glory means at the end of my meditation, and it turns out it is a rare white flower that blossoms in the winter time. It blossoms twice in the winter, and it goes into early spring. So these energies, the energy that's coming in right now, is to take us from February 1st into springtime, early spring, which is the end of March. 1st of April starts the new quarter. So it's for this last part of the quarter of the first part of 2019. And what these energies are about, it is about who's ever put in the work and dealt with certain things in their life when it comes to where they are in reference to relationships, where they are in reference to work, finances, all of that. And I fully admitted to you guys that I discovered that I had my own block to my finances, which is why I was having difficulty. I've been having difficulty with finances because I still had a fear of fame and fortune was my biggest fear, because of all the trauma I experienced as a kid. Whenever I excelled at anything, I was always literally beaten down, but physically, literally beaten down by schoolmates, beaten down by teachers, beaten down by my own relatives. So I was always afraid to come out and say anything. And when it comes to fortune, when it comes to money, I had this fear of having too much money, because when I was excelling, when I was making really awesome money, I've had family members come after me because of that, saying I was being selfish and, give them loans and have them refuse to repay me, because it's like, oh, you have all this money. What is your problem? Why would you even need me to repay you? Not understanding I was a 21-year-old mom with a kid trying to finish her college degree and trying to save up for my kid and myself and taking care of myself and everything like that. They didn't give a shit. It was about, oh, you make all this money. Why can't you just give it to me? Why? I didn't know it was a loan. So I literally was afraid to have money because of that. So it was fear, fame, and fortune. And I was tapping on that. I started tapping on that. Today was day 4. And I was about to start tapping on it this morning, and then that's when my Oversoul came as an apparition in front of me, right in front of my altar, and said, you did it, and then put those white flowers around my neck and all these gold chains with these medallions and kissed me, and I heard chains of glory. These are the chains of glory. And I was told I achieved this. Not only did I achieve it, but anyone who's been putting in the work, and no, you don't have to be a light worker to have achieved this. And I was told that I would be receiving a call from a friend of mine, really close friend of mine, who's a human, who's a earth human soul, who's not a light worker. And she was telling me her plans about how she was going to deal with February and March into April. And she was like, I just feel April is this. And she was telling me about how she's feeling the energy. And my older sister did the same thing. So it's like, oh, wow. Okay. You don't even have to be a light worker to experience the chains of glory for February, March. And I don't know if I already said it, but these flowers blossom in the wintertime, which they're blossoming now, it was shown, into early spring. And they don't blossom past that. So they blossom twice a year, winter into early spring. And they're blossoming now. And that is what's going on. For all those who put in the work, who came into the realization, who released any old chains and binds, things that might bind them to the lower energy, to 3D, which again, you don't have to be a light worker to be able to achieve that. They're going to experience the chains of glory energy. And those of us who've been experiencing those, oh my God, those symptoms of anchoring this energy. I did a video yesterday about it, and I saw so many people are feeling it, so many light workers. We're the ones feeling the actual symptoms of anchoring that energy. This morning, it's still a little bit of that vortexy energy, but not as bad. I'm still not able to drive, so I walked to the supermarket just now with a little bit of wobbling. I look like maybe I had one too many to drink. Major headache. I did some acupuncture on myself, electroacupuncture on myself, which I do offer in my office, and I did acupressure on myself, which took care of the pain, but not the weird sensation. My vision is not, another thing is vision, which has been happening for like a month now, but really crescendoed yesterday, and it's a doozy still today. And it's not that I can't, my vision is not blurry, it's just weird. Stuff just looks weird. I can't even explain it. And this weird sensation in my head, and the tones, the ringing is, sometimes it's so weird, it's making me nauseous. Between the vision and the sounds in my head, it makes me nauseous every now and again. So if you're experiencing all that, you are grounding the energy. And no, you're not dehydrated. A couple of people were like, oh, drink water, you're not drinking enough water. Honey, straight up, it's to the point where I drink so much water that I'm about to just stick a Foley in me and attach a leg bag to me, okay? And those of you who are in the medical field will understand exactly what I'm saying. You'll get the joke. I'm about to put in a Foley and strap on a leg bag. That's how much water I drink. It's not dehydration. It is the energies that you are anchoring. And depending on how much energy you have to anchor, it depends on the intensity that you're going to feel it. Plain and simple. That's it. You're feeling it really, really intense. That means you're anchoring a hell of a lot of it. We each have, different degrees that we have to operate in when it comes to this. And also, yeah, there is some pain in my ear also. And yes, pain in the upper chest area, where it's the upper heart chakra. Once in a while, I'll get these weird, strange pains there also. And then a burning sensation, and then it'll dissipate. That's part of it too, okay? You are literally serving as a rod and anchoring in that energy. But just know it's amazing energy we're anchoring in, and it's for everyone who's ready to partake in it. And again, it's for February and March, but you had to come to a realization, come to the work. And now when it comes to non-light workers, for my older sister, she's been at this job for a couple of years, this manager position at a facility, and she absolutely hates it. She cannot stand it. But I had told her when she got the job why she was going to be there. And it was for her to learn certain things. So when it's time for her to move on, she's going to be able to open her own facility and run it her way in a higher energy vibrational way. But she needed the skills of knowing how to run that facility and being in that position. And it's coming to an end. And she doesn't remember what I told her, but she called me and was like, oh my God, I told them I was going to leave, and they offered me more money, She loves her boss. She loves the people she works with. She just can't stand the job. And that's how I felt too, where I was working, the facility I was working in. I loved my coworkers. I cried like a baby. They all cried like babies when I left. Gave me a heck of a party when I left. But I knew I had to leave because I could not do that job anymore. And she's like, they gave me more money and I don't care. I'm going. I can't do it. I don't know where I'm going. All I know is I cannot do this anymore. And I said, don't worry, the universe is going to catch you. And she's like, you know what? I believe you. Because I've never steered her wrong. And my friend who called me up today, I've been helping her with her own business since the conception of it. And again, April's the time she's going to be launching, because she's like, I just feel like that's it. She goes, I don't know what's telling me it. She goes, I have a lot to do, but I feel like that's it. And I'm like, yeah, it is it. Because she needs more finances and stuff to finish a lot of things off. And I'm like, don't worry, the money's coming. And that's what it's about. The chains of glory, that is what it's about. That is what it's representing. We put in all that work. We got rid of those last blockages. And now, February 1st through the end of March, everything we need to set up to get going, that is what's going on. That is what's going to be happening right now. We're going to be receiving all of those things needed to set up. Okay, that's the time period it's going to come in, because come April 1st, that is the beginning of the second quarter of this year, where we will actually be, those of us who are ready will no longer be working those lower energy jobs, will no longer be in those lower energy relationships, because it's here. It's finally here. I was so happy. I freaking had tears coming down. Okay. And something else I wanted to say that was told to me yesterday, within a 5-year period, by 2024, it's going to be very different. The world you see now is not going to be the world going on right now. And I'm not talking about flying cars and stuff like that. I'm talking about everyone who's meant to, the government is going to be completely different. Let's put it that way. The government's is going to be completely different. No more of these bullshit parties, and it's bullshit. When it comes to the 2 or 3 party system, that's going to be completely gone. The banking system is going to be completely different. And I'm not just talking about the US, I'm talking all over the world. I was shown what was going to happen and the way it was going to go on. All of that's going to be different. Because I was shown so I wouldn't be discouraged, and so I could help encourage others. So, and I was like, I'm grateful for that. So I'm sharing that information. So let me see. Second half, everything's put into motion. That comes with April 1st. All right. Yeah, I told you guys everything. Okay. Yeah. And I was told, for my personal self, I was told as of right now, as of February 1st, tomorrow, to start preparing the healing modalities that I'm going to implement in my healing center. And I've said before, there are many parts of what I'm supposed to be doing business-wise, because it has to cover every aspect of me. Healing, as also an artist, all of that. I already did my book. That's out. Got my book signing coming up February 16th in Miami. So if anyone's in town, you can come by February 16th, Barnes & Noble. I posted the information on my community page. But that aspect, I was told, that comes later. That the world is not ready for that. That comes later. And so right now, what's going to be coming is has to do with the healing centers, and me putting forth what the healing center is all about, and the different healing modalities that I'm going to implement when it comes to that. Okay? So, take in the energies. Again, be careful, everyone who's grounding in the chains of glory. energies right now. I know it's difficult. Do your best to hang in there, but it's pretty freaking awesome finally. And yeah, there's still something, like for instance, I did have to start tapping on a relationship, a friendship that I kind of felt, give you the example, kind of felt guilty about. We were friends for many years, a good 7 years, and her parents died, and she started doing a lot of things that I didn't agree with. Well, it's beyond not agreeing with, that were destructive. You know, she was being very dualistic. Half of her was this amazing person, this amazing mom, amazing nurse, all that, and the other half was very hedonistic, you know, drugs, alcohol, sex, very, very that. And I told her, I love you and I'm here to support you, but I'm not going to be going out with you to the clubs and sitting there while you're doing all this kind of stuff and I'm there. And she decided to cut off our friendship. Then she started following me on Facebook, and I was like friends with her on Facebook, and that's it. And now she's all straightened out. She got all Christian and she just got married to a high school sweetheart. So, you know, that's pretty cool, you know, but she doesn't want to be friends anymore. And I was like, my God, did I abandon her in her time of need? But I had to tap it out. And what came out was, because I was like, oh, did I just do the same thing to my twin flame? Because he went through a death of someone very close, and, you know, I don't agree with what he's doing either. And that's why I'm like, whatever, I don't want no part of that kind of life. So, because that's not part of me. So am I doing the same thing again? It's like, no, you're not. You have every right to not want to be surrounded by certain things that you know are very low vibration, and it's up to them to raise their vibration up to you. It's not up for you to lower your vibration to them. So I wanted to give the information out. You're not to lower your vibration to meet somebody. They're to raise their vibration to meet you. And if you try your best to help them out and they don't want to take your hand and they choose to stay where they are, they're going to have to come up when they come up. If they choose not to have anything to do with you because they feel abandoned by you not choosing to lower your vibration, that's on them, not on you. So I just wanted to say that when it comes to the relationship thing. So, okay, well, Lady V out. We got this. We already won. And like I was saying, I have my virtual healing circles, which I do Reiki and tapping. That's going to be on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, starting this Saturday. And on Sundays, I'm doing a 4-part class for based on the Kabbalion and the 7 Hermetic principles, learning how to use the Hermetic principles and apply them to your life to build your pocket of heaven on earth, to build your heaven on earth, which is what I've been doing. So I'll be doing that and teaching that 4-part series. So if you're interested in that, you can go on my website, hightail.com, to register. If you're interested in a session, whether it be in my office in North Miami Beach or via Zoom video conference or phone, you can go to hightail.com for that. And my children's book, How the Caterpillar Flew, it's a rhyming picture book, beautiful hardcover book, is available on my website, autographed copies, or any major online retailer you can get it from faster. And also I'm having my book signing in Miami, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, Barnes & Noble, February 16th, like at 11 o'clock in the morning. Story time. I have things for the kids, you know, posters of the butterfly for the kids to make their own butterfly poster and color in. Wonderful stuff like that. It's going to be real cute and fun. All right. So Lady V out. Peace. Enjoy the energies and make the most out of it. Bye.